Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, Browns fans. If you've been paying attention over the past few days, you already know that there's a lot of uncertainty hanging over the team right now, especially when it comes to one of their promising rookies. That's right, we're talking about Quinshon Judkins, the second-round draft pick out of Ole Miss who wowed everyone in college with his power, contact balance, and explosiveness. But his journey to the NFL hasn't been without some hurdles, and right now, there's a situation that could significantly influence not only his future, but also the Browns' season. Judkins, just 20 years old, has been in the spotlight recently due to a legal matter that's now caught the attention of the NFL. According to reports from Cleveland.com's Mary Kay Cabot, Judkins spent Wednesday in New York meeting with league officials about his off-season arrest. This meeting was conducted under the NFL's personal conduct policy, and it's a crucial step that could determine whether he's available for the Browns' upcoming game in Baltimore this Sunday. The details of that meeting haven't been officially confirmed by the team, but it's clear that the league is taking this very seriously. The Browns, for their part, are handling everything day by day, as head coach Kevin Stefanski has openly acknowledged. This phrase might seem simple, but it's a clear indication of how uncertain everything is at the moment. Judkins' situation is complicated. He was arrested back in July on a misdemeanor domestic battery charge following an incident in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, for many players and fans alike, that kind of charge immediately raises red flags, especially when it comes to league conduct policies and the potential for suspension. But here's where it gets interesting. Prosecutors decided not to pursue the case last month. They declined because of conflicting evidence, a lack of surveillance footage, and no independent witnesses to support the allegations. It's a complex situation, and it's not uncommon in these kinds of cases for the legal system to decline further action when the evidence is not clear-cut. However, the NFL doesn't operate solely based on legal proceedings. They have their own standards and procedures, and as part of their investigation, they're looking into the details of Judkins' case. Reports suggest that Judkins' defense team has submitted video evidence that might support his version of events, which could be a game-changer in how the league proceeds. Despite the lack of a conviction or legal charges, the NFL often makes independent decisions based on conduct, and that's why his availability for the game remains uncertain. This situation echoes a bit of history for the Browns. Just last year, Cleveland faced a similar dilemma when defensive tackle Mike Hall Jr. was involved in a legal matter and ended up being suspended for 5 games, despite pleading down to disorderly conduct. It's a reminder that the league's standards are strict, and they often act swiftly when it comes to off-field issues. So, Browns fans, it's no surprise that the team is taking a cautious approach with Judkins. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the on-field situation. The Browns' season opener was a tough pill to swallow. They lost narrowly to the Cincinnati Bengals, 17-16, in a game that exposed some significant issues, particularly on the rushing attack. Cleveland's ground game was nearly non-existent, managing just 49 yards on 24 carries. That's an average of less than 2 yards per attempt, which is simply unacceptable for a team that prides itself on a strong running game. Rookie Dylan Sampson tried to make a difference, leading the team with 29 yards on 12 carries, but even he couldn't break free for big gains. Jerome Ford, who had 881 rushing yards last season, was bottled up for just 8 yards on 6 carries. The team's longest run was just 5 yards, and that's a red flag for any Browns fan who remembers how dominant the ground game has been under Stefanski's coaching. The lack of production on the ground forced quarterback Joe Flacco to throw the ball 41 times, far more than his coaches would ideally like. Cleveland's offense, which has traditionally been built around a balanced attack, was forced into a more pass-heavy approach, which isn't sustainable over the long haul. It's clear that the team needs to re-establish its running game quickly if they want to compete at a high level and keep defenses honest. Now, back to Judkins. The rookie was drafted 36th overall, a pick that had many Browns fans excited because of his potential. Coming out of Ole Miss, he piled up over 1,0 yards rushing last season and scored 14 touchdowns. His blend of power and contact balance made him a highly regarded prospect, especially as a potential heir to Nick Chubb, who left for Houston in free agency. Browns fans, you know how much Chubb meant to this team. His running style, his leadership, that ability to break tackles and gain yards after contact. Judkins was seen as someone who could step into that role, bring that same physicality, and help keep Cleveland's rushing attack among the league's best. But now, with all this legal uncertainty, the question is whether Judkins will be able to contribute this week in Baltimore. The team is hopeful he'll rejoin them in Berea as early as Thursday, which means he's likely to be part of the roster again soon. But whether he's cleared to play in Baltimore will depend entirely on the league's review. If Judkins is cleared, he could provide that much-needed spark in the backfield, injecting some explosive plays and physical runs that the Browns desperately need after last week's disappointing performance. Imagine that for a moment. Browns fans, picture Judkins in the backfield, wearing that familiar orange and brown, ready to run with purpose. His power, combined with his ability to make defenders miss at the second level, could be exactly what Cleveland needs to turn their season around. But if he's sidelined, the team will have to rely on Jerome Ford, Dylan Sampson, and others to step up. That's not a situation any fan wants to see, especially when the margin for error is so small in the AFC North. The AFC North is a brutal division. You have the Ravens, who are always tough at home with their dynamic defense and innovative offense. You have the Bengals, fresh off a Super Bowl appearance, looking to reclaim their throne, and the Steelers, who are always gritty and disciplined. Cleveland's path to success involves not just fixing their run game, but also being smart about managing off-field issues. The Judkins situation highlights how off-field matters can ripple through the season, affecting not only team chemistry but also game strategy. From a broader perspective, the Browns have been building something special over the past few seasons. With Stefanski's leadership, a solid defense, and a promising offense led by young talents like Judkins, the team has high hopes. But success depends on stability, consistency, and making smart decisions both on and off the field. The league's decision regarding Judkins could be a pivotal moment, one that either allows him to continue his promising start or forces him to take a step back as the team focuses on winning games without him. As Browns fans, you've seen the ups and downs, the heartbreaks and the celebrations. You've witnessed the team rise from hard seasons. And now, with this young talent and a roster full of potential, there's a real sense that this could be the year Cleveland finally puts it all together. But that journey is never easy, especially when you're facing uncertainties like the Judkins case or the challenge of improving a rushing attack that struggled so much last week. So, as we look ahead to the game in Baltimore, it's important to remember that every decision, every player's availability, and every strategic adjustment can be the difference between an early setback and a season-defining performance. Browns fans, I know you're hungry for success, and I am too. We all want to see this team reach the heights they're capable of, and that's why keeping an eye on Judkins' situation is so crucial right now. Whether he plays or not, we have to trust that the coaching staff will make the best decisions for the team's future, and we'll be rooting for him to get back on the field as soon as possible. This season is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable in recent memory, and the AFC North is once again at the center of that chaos. Every game, every play, every decision counts, and Cleveland Browns fans are right in the middle of it all. The hope, the drama, the passion, it's what makes following this team so special. We're all in this together, and no matter what happens with Judkins or the next game, one thing is for sure. Browns football is back and it's more exciting than ever. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, Browns fans, the focus is on resilience, on seeing how the team adapts to these challenges. The league's decision on Judkins will be a major story to follow in the next few days. Will he be cleared to play? Will he have to sit out a game or more? That uncertainty adds an extra layer of tension, but also opportunity. The Browns need to rally to show that they can overcome adversity, whether with Judkins on the field or not. They have the talent, the coaching, and the fighting spirit, and I truly believe that this team can turn things around quickly if they stay focused. Remember, the season is long, and setbacks are part of the journey. But for Browns fans, every game is a new chapter, an opportunity to witness history, to cheer for your team, and to hope for that elusive Super Bowl run. Judkins' situation is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a significant one. It reflects the bigger picture of a team that's hungry, eager to prove itself, and ready to fight through any obstacle that comes their way. As always, stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep supporting our Cleveland Browns through thick and thin. Because this season, more than ever, the Browns are making headlines, and we're here to bring you every detail, every highlight, and every moment that could define this incredible journey. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.